If you want to play it free to play, you will have to fight for 10 years to get a character up to max geared. 10 years of grinding.
That's it, go ahead and run. Run home and cry to Mama. Except you can't see you because she's already dead. You're above losers.
Well, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. Hokie smokes. It is not sunny. It's gray outside. It's probably cloudy. It's been very cloudy past couple of days when it's not raining, but it did not rain last night when I was out on walkies. Well, mostly. It had been raining on and off all day. It hadn't been raining during the time that I went. So thumbs up on that. I slept last night, and that's a good thing. I mean, never perfectly, never for long, only like 4 hours maybe, so yay. But I'm existing, and that's a very, very good thing. Hopefully, you are existing as well. That would be a very good thing. Definitely a thumbs up on that. And of course, front loading of videos, yay. If you could toss me a like, that'd be very cool. If you could subscribe to the channel, that would be awesome. If you could leave me a comment, that'd be very cool. I love comments, and I like to answer as many as I can through my executive dysfunction. And of course, I would like to thank each and every one of my Patreon patrons, these literally beautiful and literally literally awesome people that are in fact literally beautiful and literally awesome. Without the help of these people, I would be hosed like a literal Christmas monkey. So thank you, each and every one of you. I appreciate your help, and I know that my kitty cat and my hamster appreciate your help as well. So thank you very much. If you'd like to help me out, I have links to my Patreon in the Show More video description. And if you'd like to help me out without becoming a patron, there's a PayPal. And if you'd like to help me out without sending money, there's an Amazon wishlist link with cat food on it. So if you could check that out, that'd be awesome. Front loading of videos over. Yay. So yeah, life has been life. I've been struggling still with the sleepy time stuff. I don't sleep much, so I gotta be careful or I'm gonna fall asleep. I take 2 meds that can make me sleepy. Add cannabis on top of that, which I take for pain, and I've got a thing where I fell asleep a lot yesterday. Yay. But still, I survived, did as best I could. As if you look back on my channel, you'll see that I actually got a Daggerfall video up. I was just playing around with it, decided to start it up, and the thing that I had tried so hard the day prior to get an obsidian dagger, first thing, boom, it just happened. I cranked up the difficulty and I was breezing through it. The day prior, I couldn't get an obsidian dagger to save my life. And even though I had it on normal difficulty, everything was crushing my skull. So it was nice that things worked out yesterday, and that's a very good thing. Definitely a thumbs up. So I'm running an Oblivion long play, an open Morrowind long play, and an open Daggerfall long play. Which is, if you also look at my videos, I can do stupid clickbaity titles. Well, not titles, for thumbnails. I think it's funny where I've just got this picture with big circles and the arrows on it for clickbaity stuff, and still though, it's fun and it is good and it is humid. It was cool in here because I had my door open prior with a breeze from the box fan out in the hallway. Now it's getting really, really warm and unpleasantly so for me. But then I overheat quickly anyway, no matter what. And we do have a heating problem in the house in that it's always way too hot, especially ending up in summer here. Yay. But still, life is life on that. I don't have a ton to write down on my list because I didn't do a ton yesterday. I fell asleep a lot, I watched videos, listened to music, I did some game playing, and that's good. I'm glad that I played the games that I played. Definitely a thumbs up on that. I'm going to talk about this one before I talk about anything else. I grew up when video games came from nothing to what they are today. Born in 1962, I had an Atari VCS, the old thing that was horrific. And then worked my way through consoles and home computers to where we're looking at gaming now. And I say this because Blizzard came out with Diablo Immortal for the phones, and it is the most hideous and predatory sort of microtransaction game, and this is the future. There is no hope for gaming anymore. If you want to play it free to play, you will have to fight for 10 years to get a character up to max geared. 10 years of grinding, just grinding, not even having fun, just getting your character built up. 10 years if you do free to play. Or you could just open your wallet and start paying immediately. But the thing is, even though this is a game for whales, it's not really looking out for them either, because if you're out to pay, it'll take you over 100,000 US dollars to max out one character. This is the future of gaming, and I'm, again, kind of glad that, I'm 60 and I'm not going to see it get much, well, I will see it get worse. It's going to accelerate, of course, but gaming used to have promise. Gaming used to be big. Now it's, if you're looking for the big studios, this is the future of gaming. Open your wallet and give it all to them so that it isn't as painful to play. You're not playing to have fun. You're paying so it's not as painful. Welcome to the future. That's why I've given up on AAA studios. Largely the stuff that I ever get is from the indies and the smaller people. They have ideas. They're creative. They do games where the idea isn't just, hey, how can we get all that money as fast as we can, but hey, let's make a good game. So, I'm sorry, future. And on that nice depressing note, I do want to talk more about my setting and cosmology and such, because yesterday I gave a really quick just recap where it's like effectively this much stuff said this fast so that people could get just a quick gist. I want to talk more about that because it's really big on everything that I talk about. Because one of the things that I posit is, as the cosmic horrors that were born of Amaterasu, who she rarely leaves the city with one of her children who's immobile and in the city, that her 12 children are basically lords of creation over the multiverse. Even though the multiverse is their home and they love their home, they don't look upon anything below them as really worthy of any sort of concern at all. Which makes sense. When we're killing bugs, if we've got an annoying anthill, do we think of the ants inside, or do you just kill the ants? You don't care about them. So that's that. They don't care about anything lower than them, not in a we're out to crush them, but just they don't think about us. They're below us. So they run roughshod over everything. Not that they're trying to hurt anything. Again, remember, it's their home, but they are big and heavy and hot and dense. And it is this that is dangerous. In the Ungara and the Ungare, which is right next to the multiverse and super hot, the Ungara, and then there's the Ungare, which is just one tick above us. We could survive there for a short time, but not long. Try to remember what I was saying on all this. Oh, I hate having ADHD. There's all of these, they have interests in all of these places. There are all of these different zones and pressures. We're in the Ungodden, it is cold and dark, but when these cosmic horrors, the 12 of them and their mother, have an interest in something, their interest, their pressure of their interest causes heat and pressure. And especially out here in the Ungodden, compared to them, we are a castle made out of candle wax. Very, very delicate sculpture made out of candle wax. And the interest of a cosmic horror is a blowtorch that can hit several thousand degrees. So when that temperature, that interest gets close to us out here, we just plain melt. But if the interest is far enough away, like in the Ungare, the radiation outward of that heat and pressure will affect us without melting us entirely. The bounds and bonds of reality open and slide, and just there's gaps. And universes everywhere, because of the heat and the pressure of these interests, leak energies out of themselves. Every universe in a multiverse is surrounded by something called the Ungabe. It is an infinitely large area, like a soap film. If you have a mass of bubbles, like a bubble bath, a huge amount of bubbles, the Ungabe is the film that's actually present there that you're seeing, and each universe is inside of the bubble. And all of these are separated by that soap film, and that soap film is the Ungabe. It is filled with this energy that is leaking out of all of these universes where the pressure and the heat of the interest is hot, and it shoves these things out. And then of course they slide through the Ungabe, and hey, they enter smaller universes that have the cracks open and enter inward. This is how things become strange and dangerous in various parts. If it weren't for the interest of the cosmic horrors, there would be no weirdness, because the heat and the interests of them spread open the parts of reality because it's so hot and they melt a bit. Self-repairing, so after the interest is gone, it's fixed, but all the energies are still inside. Now, they can enter a fully formed universe and cause issues, or they can enter the configuration of a universe that is just to be born, and it changes that universe that is born into something different. So you can have weirdnesses like the inside, because that was a configuration of a universe that was just a configuration, and it was a conjoined universe. Conjoined universes are, one is not a full universe, one is. Rather than this one just dying out, it latches on to the other and sort of leeches off the energy so it doesn't fail. It doesn't really hurt the complete one. It just keeps the twin alive. It's not really a place you can go in and examine. One of these multi-universes in the multiverse had a huge amount of energy that was cycling and just funneling down into it. Well, Nietzsche put it, if you gaze long enough into the abyss also gazes into you. Bumper sticker philosophy is, we don't live in a vacuum. You affect everything, everything affects you. So yeah, when you stare into the abyss stares into you. By your interaction, you alter the abyss. By your interaction, the abyss alters you. In this one conjoined universe that is forming, these energies that are pouring into it, it alters the configuration of the universe as the energy pours in, which alters the way that the energy is entering the universe, which alters the energy that enters the universe, which alters the configuration, which alters the way it comes in. There were a million billion different ways the configuration could have come out. Most of them were very negative or bad. About 5 of them were neutral, and 1 of them was really positive. And this is the conjoined universe, the inside-outside razor's edge that I write about. If it hadn't been for the energies that were released from other universes by the interests and presences of the cosmic horrors, there would have been no energies poured in to save this conjoined universe. And because there were these energies poured in and formed in this particular universe the infinite ocean of possibility and potential as that conjoined universe. It is smaller. It is not a complete universe. It can't be. But it is filled with all of that energy. And the energies flow between the 2 universes, and there's very, very, very little loss of energy. That is why this universe is going to last for a very long time. Now, jumping back upward again, that shows how this universe forms and such. In the Ungara, that portion of the multiverse closest to the singularity, that is where the cosmic horrors can walk on the surfaces of these worlds as if like we walk on our world now. The center of the multiverse is so hot and so dense, it is as hot and dense as the cosmic horrors. And so they go onto these worlds most often because they are pleasant. And remember, this universe in the multiverse, Sorry about that, bloody ADHD. This multiverse is their home, and they love their home. They don't go out as often into the Angare. Their heat and their pressure, they can walk on the surface of the world, but all of that causes the joints and the supports of reality to creak and groan under the pressure. It'll last, but there's stuff. If they came out into our universe, the Ungodden, we would burn into ash. We are called the Ungodden, the cold and dark, for a reason. We would burn into quantum ash in a heartbeat. There's no reason for them to even try to come out here. They can't. So that is why out here in the cold and dark, we just get the interests that radiate outward from the Angare and the Ungara. There are 13 cosmic horrors, 12 children, and dread Amaterasu. They all can split their focuses into effectively an infinite amount that has just as much attention, focus, and personality as we have. And every single one of those focuses is somewhere on that multiverse. As long as they exist, and it's for a very long time, there will be free energy flowing and causing all these bizarre things to happen in universes of the multiverse. They are a terrifying and frightening batch of groups, which next time I will hopefully try to give a quick recap on the horrors, because I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. Going to go through and thank however many people have left me comments in the past 24 hours. It isn't much, but it's more than zero, so thank you. If I mispronounce the username, no disrespect, and even though I can't American Sign Language, well, you've already seen my ADHD brain work. We have JYY, thank you very, very much. Ravinian, thumbs up, and thank you very, very much, and I hope you enjoy for a very long time. Kasane 1337, well, I do agree with you, but thank you very much. Stephen Blanchard, actually, I have played Castlevania Symphony of the Night, and I do have that, like, what is it, Bloodstained? It's a Castlevania that's not a Castlevania. They're very tough. There's Jesse Koskinen, always good to see you in the comments, and it is a good game. They did a lot better on it now with the Unity upgrade. Blade, thumbs up and thank you. Marlon Wolfgang, greatly appreciated and thumbs up. We have Daddy Dan, thumbs up. There's Stein, greatly appreciated. And Confused Owl 29, always good to see you in the comments. Lucas, thumbs up and thank you. Ben B, greatly appreciated. KB, I do prefer sativa, which actually tends to put me to sleep. So thumbs up on that. And look at that, 13 people who left me comments in the past 24 hours. He got me out of my head and into the world and dealing with real people, if only for a short time and only in text. Greatly appreciated. Well, son of a gun, it's Monday. I'm going to try and get some phone calls made that I need to do. I got to contact the hospital to talk about my latest ER visit. I got to go and drop off my rent. I didn't realize that the 5th was going to be a Sunday until Saturday. So, yay on 6th day of the month rent payments. Hopefully you can get done the things that you want to get done, and if you can't, survival mode is important. Thumbs up for that. And of course, Covfefe bug still a raging here in the United States. We have 4% of the world's population, and we have the world's highest per capita percentage of people dead, over 1 million. Don't throw your body onto the corpse pile any quicker than you have to. We're all going to end up on the corpse pile in time. Don't rush to end your story. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side. I will see you on the flip side. And that is, in fact, a very good thing.